Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be recommendations and my wish list for the Sephora VIB sale. This actually starts very soon. It's October 26th for Rouge and then November 2nd for VIB. So I'll put all of that info in the description box, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing I always say about this sale is don't buy anything just because it's on sale. 20% off is pretty good, but it's not free. It's not 50% off, so don't buy random stuff just because it's on sale, but it is a good time to buy things that you have been wanting. So my first recommendation, I really like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. I have this palette that has 3 of them in it. It's dim light, incandescent, radiant light. I feel like I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but I really like this as a finishing powder and also as subtle highlighters. I don't know, there's just something really nice about it. It's hard to explain, but this palette is $62, so you don't have to buy the palette though. You could buy just one individually and they are 40-something dollars. So, but you can also buy the minis for $22, which is a good deal. I have had one of those and I have finished it. So I think that is a good time to try that if you have been wanting to. Next thing I would say is restocking on skincare, but only if you're running low on something. I don't recommend buying backups of skincare. Personally, I like to buy skincare when it's fresh and use it fresh and then repurchase. The other thing is I always want to buy very expensive skincare during the VIB sale, and I usually don't because that's something I have to buy over and over again. So it doesn't make sense for me to splurge on something I wouldn't normally pay for at the sale, just because then if it runs out, then I have to pay full price. So I don't know. But I personally do really like the Sunday Riley Luna oil. I have a full bottle though, so I won't be buying it, but I do really like that. The next thing I would say is perfume. This is one of my favorites, Chanel No. 5. I bought this during the VIB sale last November. And yeah, this is like my 3rd bottle of this. So I actually have not bought a perfume since last year's VIB sale, which for me is really good. So I'm thinking about maybe buying a bottle because perfume is so expensive, especially, you know, the high-end perfume they have at Sephora. So I may get a bottle, but if you've been wanting one, now's the time because perfumes there are between $60 and well over $100, so 20% off is actually pretty good for those. You want to splurge on a luxury brand. I love Marc Jacobs. This is the Tantric bronzer, and I also have the other one in the white packaging. I have a blush, lip gloss. I love everything I've tried from Marc Jacobs. It is expensive. This bronzer alone is $49, but it's over twice the amount of product in an average bronzer. So if you do really like it, that is a good thing. But yeah, if you've been wanting to try Marc Jacobs, personally, that is one of my favorite high-end brands. Now, as far as lipsticks, I'm a huge drugstore lipstick person. I love NYX, I love other drugstore brands, but this Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick, this is the best liquid lipstick formula I've ever tried. It is so comfortable. This color is Fair Game. And it has a really nice applicator. This is just a nude. I love this formula. It stays on really well. It's not too drying, and you can layer lip gloss over it really well, whereas other liquid lipsticks are thick. So if you start layering colors together or put a lip gloss on top, it gets pretty uncomfortable, but these don't. I love this. $24 for one lipstick is a lot, especially because like I said, I'm a drugstore lipstick person, but I think that formula is worth it. Now, another recommendation is the mini sets, but be aware of those because sometimes people get caught up, myself included, into buying those even if there's only 1 or 2 things you like, and that really does not make sense price-wise because then you should just buy the full price product. But they do have like the lip one for $28, then they have a larger lip one for $60-something, and I thought about getting that, but I don't really need any more lipsticks. However, those are a good deal if you're interested in most of the items. Now, for my last recommendation, it is a palette. And most of my favorite palettes are actually Juvia's Place and ColourPop brands they don't have at Sephora and are much cheaper than the eyeshadows at Sephora. But this palette I did recently get and I do love it. It's the Anastasia Sultry palette. I just did a review of it and It's beautiful. It is a neutral palette with a pop of color. So if you already have a lot of those, you probably don't need this, but if you're wondering about the quality, this is a 5 out of 5 on quality. These eyeshadows are fantastic. Now, as far as my wish list goes, I really don't need any makeup, but I'll probably get a few things. But I'm gonna try not to go crazy because currently I feel extremely overwhelmed with how much eyeshadow and lipstick I have. So I definitely do not want to buy any of those. I did mention that Sephora Give Me Lip Set, which is $65, and it has a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in it and whatever. And I have been interested in that, but I really don't think I should get it because the last thing I need is another 12 lipsticks. So I'm gonna try to avoid that. But speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, this is a brand I have wanted to try for probably at least 2 years, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bite the bullet. It's very, very expensive. But now it is at Sephora, so if I were to go all out and buy everything I wanted, I would buy the face powder, a lipstick, and the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I do not need all that, and even with 20% off, that would be a heck of a lot of money. So I'm thinking about getting the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I know I don't need more highlighters, I don't need a bronzer, but sometimes there's just something about a luxury item that is special and makes you feel kind of fancy when you use it. So I may end up getting that because I think I would get much more use out of that than I would another lipstick. I have 80 something lipsticks. No, I don't need any more lipstick, but the Film Star Bronze and Glow, that's something I could use. So I may get that. It's still expensive though. With 20% off, that thing is $68. So with 20% off, it's still somewhere around like the $54, $55 range. So it's not cheap, but so we'll see. If you've tried Charlotte Tilbury, please let me know. Everybody says it's great though. The only thing I've seen is that the eyeshadows maybe aren't that great, but the Bronze and Glow and the regular lipsticks, it seems like people really like, so we'll see. Now, I did mention not splurging on skincare. I wouldn't normally buy, but every VIP sale, I keep wanting to get stuff from Drunk Elephant, and you can get, something I didn't mention is I've bought those mini sets from Drunk Elephant, and things I've tried in there actually did not blow me away, but I have been wanting to try the Protini moisturizer. It's $68, so again, I don't know that I'll get it because that's very expensive, but I have been wanting to get a new nighttime moisturizer. The other one that I'm thinking about that is not nearly as expensive, I tried a sample of it and I did like it, and that was the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. That one's, I think, $48 or so. So it's not nearly as expensive. I did like the sample I had, so I may be thinking about that, but I'm not sure on that. Another brand that is fairly new to Sephora that I've wanted to try for a long time is Artist Couture and that Cocoa Bling highlighter. I don't need more highlighters, and I feel like everyone says that that one is so amazing and intense, but it is a loose highlighter, so it's not something I would wear frequently because when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to mess with all that powder flying everywhere. So I'm not sure, but I am thinking about it. We'll see. So the last thing that's on my wish list that, again, I'm not sure that I'm going to get, but is a foundation. I did have a sample of the YSL All Hours foundation. And the first day I used it, I really liked it. And then the second day, I didn't like it so much. So that one I think is already off my wish list. But my holy grail foundation of all time has been Estee Lauder Double Wear. And I've been thinking about repurchasing it. It really is that good. I keep trying to switch to other less expensive foundations, but I think that's still my favorite of all time. So I'm thinking about getting another bottle of that, but I do have 6 foundations right now, so I'm not sure on that, but I really do love that foundation, and I really miss having it in my collection. So yeah, that's it for my recommendations and wish list. Let me know, are you going to get anything? If I get anything, hopefully I don't go too crazy. I'm trying not to buy too much makeup for the rest of the year. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, right now I have a lot, and I did just get a bunch of stuff at Ulta with points, so there's that. But yeah, let me know, and thanks for watching.